In Lesson 3.2, Part 2, we're going to continue with equivalent fractions. The first part took a little while with all the fraction pieces and the fraction fill sheet, so we'll continue this today. Again, you will need your math journal. You will need your packet from your Portage pickup from materials, and you will need your fraction circle pieces. So we're going to go right into the lesson for today. Yesterday, we did the first 3 fraction fills. Today, we are going to start with number 4. In number 4, you are going to find one color. So remember, when we're doing this, we're only using one color at a time. We're not mixing colors when we're trying to fill a fraction of the circle. So we're going to take one piece and cover this one space. You are going to use the yellow. The top number tells me how many pieces we have, which is 1. The bottom number, 4, tells me that it would take 4 of those yellow pieces to cover the whole circle. We're going to be working again in our math journal on the same page that we started yesterday, which is page 71. Page 71. So go ahead and open that. Remember, yesterday I mentioned that we would want to have plenty of space to organize our fraction circle pieces. So putting all the dark blue ones together, all the yellow, all the pink, all the light green, all the dark green. So go ahead and pause your video and organize your pieces if you haven't already done so. We're going to do number 4, 1/4. Again, the top number tells us how many pieces are there. The bottom number, the denominator, tells us how many equal pieces it would take to make the whole. So we're looking at 1/4 on your journal, page 71. Go ahead and start with your green pieces. As you can see here, go ahead and place 3 green pieces over the 1/4, the yellow, or just move the yellow 1/4 to the side. We're going to come up with an equivalent fraction. Notice that fits perfectly. It takes 3 green ones to cover that same space as the yellow one did. Our bottom number says how many green would it take to cover the whole circle? And that would be 12. So in other words, 3/12 is the same as 1/4. It is equivalent or equal. I went ahead and tried my blue, and guess what? It was not enough to cover it, and if I tried to put another one, it would be too big. So blues don't work. So we've tried 3 colors. You have several colors more still to complete. So what you're going to do now is use that 4th right here to cover it. You are going to try light blue, purple, orange, pink, and red. See if there are any other equivalent fractions. Go ahead and pause your video. Try all of the light blues, see if that works. Then try purple, see if it fits in that space. Try the orange, pink, and then red. Make sure you're pausing the video in between. Next, we're going to move on to page 101 in that white packet of Unit 3 photocopied sheets. Number 5 shows, it reminds me of a Pac-Man, and this is 3/4. What this is telling me is there are 3 pieces of the same color, 1, 2, 3, and the bottom number, the denominator, tells me how many it would take to cover the whole circle. So you're going to again be looking at journal page 71, and this time we're on 3/4. So we just got done doing 1/4. Now we're going to look at equivalent fractions for 3/4. So I noticed that when I put my 3 yellow pieces over the fraction fill, it covers it completely. Next, I tried those dark blue pieces, and I found that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them covers that shape completely. So an equivalent fraction to 3/4, notice that's still the same shape, is 6 pieces to cover that shape, and it would take 8 to cover the whole Pac-Man shape. The next one I tried was the light blue. Notice though I couldn't fit another one in. There's not enough space, and this part is uncovered. So the light blue did not work. It would not have been an equivalent fraction. Now what you're going to do is go ahead and try the other colors of your fraction circle pieces and see if there are any other equivalent fractions. So you're going to try the red, the pink, the green, the dark green, the light green, and the orange. See if there are any other shapes that would completely cover that. Remember, do not mix colors, only use one color at a time. Go ahead and pause the video and see if there are any other colors that will cover that shape. Moving on to number 6. Number 6 is like a pie shape. It's 1/5, which means it's one solid piece, and it would take 5 of those pieces to cover the whole circle. So I started with dark green. Here's my one dark green piece, and it would take 5 of those to cover a whole circle. So I'm going to go ahead and find my 1/5 on the journal page that I've been working on, which is journal page 71. Page 71. So we're looking for equivalent fractions for 1/5. So I started off with my light blue one here. Notice it almost covered it, but there's this one part that it didn't, and I couldn't fit another one in there, so light blue doesn't work. See if there are any other equivalent fractions. Try your yellow, your orange, your light green, your dark blue, and your red. See if there are any other equivalent fractions. Go ahead and pause the video and write in any equivalent fractions. Now we're going to do one more in this video for today, and that is number 7. The fraction that it represents is 2 pieces. So I already have to think, okay, there's already 2 pieces here. Which 2 pieces would they be? And it would take 5 of those same colored pieces to cover the whole circle. But don't forget, this top number tells me how many pieces are already there. So if I look at my example here, if I take the dark green pieces, those represent 2 in our top numerator. So now I'm looking to see if there are any other colors. Remember, only one color at a time. Don't mix 2 different colors to see if they fit. So I'm going to look, and I know I'm finding equivalent fractions for 2/5. So I started with my yellow, and I look and I'm like, well, I can't fit another yellow one in here. So yellow, there are no equivalent fractions. How about the next one? I tried a light green. Remember to be really careful and precise, because actually when I laid the lighter green over it, it hung over by about this much. So that was not an equivalent fraction. So now I want you to see if there are any other colors when only using that one color to cover the same size as this, which would be 2/5. So you're going to go ahead and try we did dark green, so we did yellow. So I want you to try light blue. I want you to try purple, red, orange, and dark blue. Is there dark blue? Dark blue. Would you go ahead and see if there are any equivalent fractions to 2/5? Stop your video. What I'm going to ask you to do is to go ahead and take a picture of your journal page 71, as much of it as you completed. So you're going to notice that I may not have written in equivalent fractions here, but if you've used all of your colored pieces, you should have equivalent fractions. Now, we did not do all of these, so you may notice that we didn't do 3/5 or some of those, but we did do a number of them, okay? So you should have 3/4 done. We did 2/5. So just make sure if we did them, that you did them as well. So upload that to Schoology.